Right guys, so we've finished our LDR and LED circuit and that's functioning well. The next layer that we need to include now is our motor driver and our thermistor to be able to turn our fan on and off. So to do that we need a few extra components, if we can see here. So I've cheated a little bit. You can see I've got my thermistor already wired in. So you can see I've got my thermistor, we soldered that up last time. And you can see I've got my 5 volt already twisted together and plugged into the terminal block with my other 5 volt. I've got my ground wired in and connected with the other 2 grounds that we already had, and then I've added my wire over here to the next one that we have available on our terminal block. So for mine is purple. So we're going to get him wired up first. So to do that, I've got a wire I've already cut to size, and we're going to add that in the rail into A1. So he's an analog input that we're going to be reading and making some decisions on the temperature to turn the fan on or off. So now that part of our input is looking good. The next part we need a little bit more work with. So you can see we've got a diode, we've got our little NPN transistor here. So if we look very closely at him, you can see he's a 2N222 transistor, which should serve our needs well. Then we've got a 1K resistor that we need for this circuit as well. Over here you can see I've already got my battery clip, so we've got an external power source into another terminal block. So you guys know how to attach those in. So we're going to put this together now. But before we do, let's have a little bit of a look through what the circuit needs to actually entail. So if we have a look here, up here we've got our ground and our D2 pin from our nano. So you can see we've got our G and D, which is there, or on that side over here, and our D2 is hiding here as well. So we're going to be using those inputs from the nano. The D2 goes through a resistor into our transistor over here. So what we call this one is our base, which is the middle pin, which then has our emitter and our collector there. So what we've got here, we can see our battery is down here, going through from the positive edge of the battery through the motor into the emitter, which then comes out of the other side, so our collector into ground, which then connects back up to our battery, but also then links into here. So the signal when we turn it on here will go through to connect this, which will turn this side on so that our battery can power the motor and then complete the circuit through to ground. So that's the basics of how a transistor works. We're going to wire him up now. So if we have a look, I've got my transistor. I'm going to add him in nice and neatly across there. So it doesn't really matter which ones we have, but I'm just going to use 3 rails next to each other. Notice that I've got the dome on this side. Okay, so for that one, this side's going to be the ground. So this is our collector on this side, emitter on this side, and base through the middle. So I'm going to start by connecting my base. So it's long enough, so I'm going to use my resistor from the center pin there. He's then going to go through to D2. So now he's sitting there happily waiting to be able to send his signal through. The next thing I want to be able to do is I need to be able to connect that base. So I'm going to use this rail down here. So he's going to go from there through to that rail on the side. That looks good. And then I'm going to collect my ground over here through to that rail as well. Okay, so I'm going to push him in there. So now I've got that ground connected through that rail, and I'm going to add my terminal block through there as well. So I'm going to put him this way so he's kind of pointing in that direction because it's going to be coming through that little side pocket of our house. So now he's connected there. The next thing I need is my motor, and he's going to go in on one side of the power here, and then the other side is going to go over into the first leg of that. So we can see first leg into power, so the power is going to go through the motor, back through here, when it's connected through the transistor to the ground to complete my circuit. Okay, the last thing I've got hanging over on the side is my diode. Now the diode, you can see if we have a look closely, has got a little grey dash. That's the negative side. So I need him sort of pointing where it needs to go. So he's going to go from basically that same leg, then pointing across over into the positive rail. So if we have a look at how that looks now, I've got, when this guy turns off, it will then cycle the power and the current through until he's low enough that it's safe. So that's now looking pretty good. What I'd love to do next is we're going to have a go at just checking that works what it needs to. So I'm going to pause this, and I've got my emulator now. I'm going to connect up my Arduino. I'm going to connect my battery source. So he's sitting there, and then I want to be able to connect my device. So make sure I've got the COM port selected, and then I'm going to connect my device. Now if everything is looking nice, he should say connected in a second, and I should see them bouncing around. So then if we have a look, I've got my LDR. When I cover it up, it goes low to high. That's good. So you can see my values at the moment. I probably need to adjust what I've got set there. So you can see it goes down somewhere around there. I might just bump that up a little bit for that signal. So if I cover him all the way up, you can see it goes down to about 500. So I'm going to bump that up in this case. So I can go maybe 700. So that's now looking good. And then if I come down and my temperature is over here, we can see if I cover that and it'll start to heat up, and see the numbers are rising. So again, that's kind of doing what we want. What I'll possibly be able to do with this, if I need to, I can slow the check over, but those are looking good. What I want to do now is I want to be able to turn on that input too. And what we should see, and you should be able to hear, is he turns on and he's working now. So that's showing me my input and everything is working. The little logic that I've got over here should then do everything I need it to do. But we can see that our logic is over here. I'm going to leave you to test that later. But I've got everything working. A word of warning though, the transistor when he's running does get hot. So don't touch the transistor once you've got the circuit running. He does get hot, and you could potentially burn your finger if you try and touch him. He does get hot. So good luck for yours.